I'm feeling the power. It is time for Power Hour. Today we're going to be doing our top 10 coaches in the NFL right now. I think it's going to be a great list. I'm sure you got some people in mind, and I got people in mind. Now, however, we are going to use whatever we can to help name off coaches, but we're just going to categorize the way we want it.
Yeah.
So, and we're going to try to make this a good episode, which probably will be. Always is.
Yeah.
Always enjoyed doing this. About 2 weeks into the NFL season already. I'm just trying to shape it up here.
Yeah.
And I'll start naming off some coaches that we think are going to,
Yeah.
they're
or just
good.
kind of that have been good and, might be good and, look to be good in the future as well.
And there might be some honorable mentions.
Yeah.
So
go
ahead, Sam.
We're gonna start with number 1 and go down to 10 this time, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, number 1, I think it's kind of pretty agreed upon. Probably amongst everyone, the number 1 head coach in the NFL right now is going to be Andy Reid of the Kansas City Chiefs. He's won 3 Super Bowls with them now. He was a great coach back in his days in Philly, but he never had a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes in Philly. Donovan McNabb, great quarterback. But Mahomes is just on another level. He's top 5 all time, in my opinion. But yeah, I would say Andy Reid has to be considered the number 1 head coach in the NFL right now. What about you, Kale?
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. Andy Reid, Cheeseburger Andy, I think he's a good guy.
Cheeseburger Andy.
That's something I start calling him.
Dude, he always wants... What was it? One time they had like a big win, and he was like, they gave him a cheeseburger.
Yeah, because that was the meme at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cheeseburger Eddie is gonna not Eddie. Cheeseburger Andy is gonna, he's a player's coach for sure.
I think he is definitely the quintessential number 1, and then it gets hard after that, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it gets hard after that. There's a lot of different good coaches in the league. Who would you say is your number 2 right now, Kale?
Oh man, you're gonna hate me for this, but got to go with Dan Campbell.
I knew it.
Dan Campbell.
I knew it. I knew right after Danny Reid.
Danny Reid. What the fuck?
I knew right after Dan Reid it would be Andy Campbell.
Dan Campbell, dude. MCDC. The dude is energetic as fuck. He's one of the guys. He's a former player for the Lions and for the Cowboys and for the Giants. But dude, he comes in, he's like the hard-working guy.
I'm gonna bite some kneecaps.
Oh man, I'm trying to think the impression I used to do of him. Oh man. Okay, we're gonna go down the field, we're gonna run the ball, okay? And then we're gonna bite them kneecaps, blah blah blah. That dude will make me want to kick a door down. Every time I gotta do research on the dude, or I'm making pictures for the dude on our thumbnails and stuff, dude, I just get so excited about Detroit Lion football. The grit, true grit, Detroit football.
One pride.
Yes.
Okay, you're a true homer going with your team's head coach at number 2. I'm not going to do that. I love Matt LaFleur, but he's not my number 2. Neither is Dan Campbell. Right now, as we speak right now, I got to go John Harbaugh from the Ravens. Great head coach. He's been the head coach there how long now? Since 2008. He took Joe Flacco to a Super Bowl. They won a Super Bowl. And now he's had they're just dominant. He knows how to win football games. He knows how to build a good offense. He knows how to build a good defense. Now he's got Lamar Jackson, who's been two-time MVP. They made it back to the AFC Championship last year. John Harbaugh. I'm rolling with John Harbaugh as my number 2. Number 3. That's tough. I think I gotta go with Sean McDermott. Or not Sean McDermott, Sean McVay from the Rams. He built a superstar team. He built a super team there in LA back in 2021. They brought in Stafford from the Lions. They brought in OBJ. They had Cooper Kupp, who went off that year. They had a great defense led by Aaron Donald. And he finds ways to win. Even last year, some of those pieces were gone. But, you build a good offense around a veteran quarterback like Stafford. You think about it, he also took Jared Goff to a Super Bowl back in 2018. And he just knows how to build offenses and win games. Um, and they did it again last year. So, yeah, I got Sean McVay as my number 3. Who do you got, Kale?
Kyle Shanahan.
Okay.
That dude has proven that he could take anybody and take him to the Super Bowl. And I'm saying that because he once had Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah,
Took it to
that's
the
true.
Super
He took
Bowl.
Jimmy G to a Super Bowl.
Now he has Brock Purdy.
So are you saying that's a knock on Jimmy G and Brock Purdy?
No, I'm just saying he could find ways with whoever.
So can McVay. He did it with Goff and Stafford.
No, Goff is Goff. He's still pretty good. And Stafford has always been good. He just needed a team.
Okay, but what's that? What are you saying about Jimmy G and Brock Purdy?
They're decent players.
But they're not as good?
No. Don't put words in my mouth. No.
Well, okay, then what are you saying?
I'm just saying, like, he's shown that he could use anybody. It doesn't matter if they're good or fucking bad. And he can somehow make it to the Super Bowl is what I'm saying, dude. Like,
That's what McVay did too.
yeah, but so what? He's my number 3.
Okay, good enough. Good for you.
Okay.
I think McVay's better. He's won a Super Bowl.
That's you, dude.
Kyle Shanahan hasn't won one yet.
But he's been there twice. He's gonna eventually get it. I don't care. Like,
I hate the 49ers.
you gotta remember, McVay is 1-for-1 in the Super Bowl.
He's 1-for-2. McVay, he's been to 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's 1-for-1.
He's been to 2. He's won.
That's 2. 1 loss, 1 win.
1 and 1, not 1-for-1. 1-for-1 means he's been to 1 and won 1.
That's what I mean. Whatever. But
Okay.
I still think Kyle Shanahan,
Kyle Shanahan can fuck right off, in my opinion.
why? Explain why.
I hate the 49ers. They always beat us.
I hate them too. But still, the coach is still good.
I don't know. I think Kyle Shanahan's I think he's a fraud. I think he's a quack.
And, Kyle Shanahan is going to help Brock Purdy get to the MVP race. I hate to say that.
He was in the MVP race last year.
I know, but he's going to win one.
I don't know. If they didn't have Christian McCaffrey, I think they wouldn't be good at all.
True.
All right, who do you got at 4 then, Kale?
Sean McVay.
What's your take on Sean McVay? Why is he below Kyle Shanahan though?
He's a good coach. He's been all around good offensive minded guru itself. He's taken to the Super Bowls. He's done it with Jared Goff. He's done it with Matt Stafford. He likes to find them players that can't, that seem like they're not going to do well, but he makes them good. Look at Cooper Kupp. He was coming in last or near the damn end of the draft, and he's one of the superstars. And then now he got Puka Nacua, who's what?
Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua.
You done?
I hate Kyle Shanahan. Oh wait, you're talking about Sean McVay. My bad. Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
I don't know. He makes
enlighten me.
He's just a really good offensive minded coach. But the one thing that I knock him on is just he's cocky, dude. He's like he has that. I think I'm better. No.
How so not?
Kyle Shanahan just seems like he's one of the guys too. Like Sean McVay, just there's something about Sean McVay that just doesn't sit right well with me. Go ahead, pick your stupid pick.
Kyle Shanahan. I got Kyle Shanahan at number 4. You pretty much nailed it on the head, Kale. I might not like the 49ers. I might not like Kyle Shanahan, but he's a great coach. He knows how to run that offense. He took Jimmy G and Brock Purdy to a Super Bowl. He knows how to build an offense. He knows how to get the players he needs to be successful. He's good at using players to their utmost strength and their utmost ability, like a guy like Debo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Ayuk. Um, he knows how to get the most out of his guys. Brock Purdy, even. Brock Purdy was Mr. Relevant in the 2022 draft, and he put him in the MVP race last year and took him to a Super Bowl almost 2 years in a row. They've made it to the NFC Championship game the past, let's see, 2019, they made it. 2020, they missed it. 2021, 2022. They've made it 4 out of the past 5 seasons to the NFC Championship game. 2 of those made it to the Super Bowl. Still has yet to win the Super Bowl because he's gone up against Andy Reid, who's number 1 both times. They'll probably get it at some point, which pains me to say because I hate the 49ers. But yeah, I got Kyle Shanahan at 4. You happy?
I don't
Okay.
give a shit.
We got number 5 next. I got at number 5. At number 5, I can confidently say Matt LaFleur for my Packers. Ever since he took over as head coach in 2019, he took over Mike McCarthy. We've made it to the playoffs every year except for 2022, which was Aaron Rodgers last year. We made it to the NFC Championship game 2019 and 2020. We were the number 1 seed in 2020 and 2021. And we made it back to the playoffs last year with Jordan Love, first-year quarterback, squeaking in as the 7th seed. And again, he's another offensive-minded coach. And the funny thing is LaFleur, Shanahan, and McVay are all from the same coaching tree. And they're all right there on the list. They're right there.
You can't forget
McDaniel.
McDaniel.
Yeah. And he'll be on this list. He'll be somewhere on there. But I got to go with LaFleur. He's had a lot of success for my team. I couldn't put him probably any higher than those other guys, but he deserves to be top 5. So I got Matt LaFleur. Who do you got, Kale?
Harbaugh. Jim. Or John. Not Jim.
John. Not
Jim. John has been there. He's a trooper with the Ravens. That's one thing I like. I'll probably put him over on his brother is that he actually has not left for another job. He's actually figured out his mistakes and issues. He has got it done, like you said, with Joe Flacco, old man Flacco.
Greatest coach in Ravens history, John Harbaugh.
I mean, they haven't had many coaches anyway.
Brian Billick was good for them back in the day. They won a Super Bowl with him.
You hit it really well on the head with what you said about them. He's getting it done with Lamar Jackson. He's getting it done with the receiver. They have had receiver troubles for a little while.
Yeah.
They've had good defense. They have great defense, actually. They've had issues.
He knows how to draft defensive talent.
He's really good at getting good tight ends, but they're healthy. Like Mark Andrews, he's a dog. He's going to be good for them next year. Yeah. He's won a Super Bowl. His all-time record is 160-99, which is still pretty good. He's at like 12-10 for playoffs.
Yeah.
I see them doing pretty well this year. So.
Yeah. Nice.
Number 5, I will also pick Matt LaFleur, whatever you want to say.
Is that your 5 or your 6?
That would be my 5 because Harbaugh is my 4.
No, because you had Reed, Campbell. The Harbaugh was your 5.
Yeah. Okay.
So
number 6, I would have Matt LaFleur. I like him because he's a young, up and coming coach, pretty much still. And when the littlest penalty that is big, he's not mad.
Yeah.
He's calm about it. He talks to the players like they're not children.
What I like about this most recent year is that he finally has been able to run his offense without having to cater to Aaron Rodgers. Because obviously when he first came over, you have Aaron Rodgers there. You have to cater to some of his wants and needs. Being that guy, he took over, and now it's Jordan Love, and now
he's also finding players. He's another coach that finds those out of
diamonds in the rough.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Like he finds the people with the superstar trait, basically, if you would say video game wise.
Yep.
The only struggles I say with the coaching staff that he's done is he's either having problems with the defense coordinator, and then they get a new one next year or the next 2
or
years.
special teams.
Special teams.
Offense has been great every single year he's been there, though, outside of 2022.
Now, I will back up real quick. Speaking of coaching staff, well, I'll say about Dan Campbell, which kind of don't agree with him on this, or kind of notice about him, is that when it comes to like coaching his coaching staff, I don't mind Aaron Glenn as their defense coordinator. I don't think he's that bad. It's just we've had to add some people in there.
Yeah.
But Dan Campbell's like one of those guys like Scott Frost was at Nebraska.
Yeah.
I don't want to fire this guy because he's been with me forever. But I think Dan Campbell is going to be unlike Frost. He's actually going to make that choice.
He already has proven to be better than Frost.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying if he has to let go of somebody, he'll let go just because they're friends.
Yeah.
So who's your number 6?
I'm going to go with Mike Tomlin from the Steelers. I know the Steelers haven't done a lot recently, but he's never had a losing season. Not once.
Very good at defense.
Very good at defense. And he got it done last year with Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, and Mason Rudolph at quarterback, and they still made it to the playoffs. They lost to Buffalo in the first round.
Which I was expected.
But they made it to the playoffs in Big Ben's last couple of years when he wasn't all that great. And he finds ways to win. And he's a player's coach. He motivates his guys. He understands winning culture. And he's got he's got 1 Super Bowl. And 2 Super Bowl appearances. He's got 1 Super Bowl. Some people may forget that Big Ben's first Super Bowl win, Bill Cowher was the head coach, not Mike Tomlin. He kind of took over. He kind of inherited what Bill Cowher left. And he's had a couple Super Bowl runs. But outside of that, yeah, he hasn't been back to a Super Bowl in a long time. But he's been consistent and he wins. He just knows how to win. And so I got Mike Tomlin at 6. Number 7, I got Mike McDaniel from the Dolphins. Another guy, one of those young up-and-coming coaches, one of those young, great offensive minds, similar to a Matt LaFleur, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay. And again, they're from that same coaching tree, that Mike Shanahan coaching tree, right? And so Mike McDaniel, you watch his offense in Miami, it's fun to watch, man. I'm the furthest thing from a Dolphins fan, but their offense is fun to watch, man.
That teal and orange would look good on you.
That Tyreek Hill, that Jalen Waddle. I like the running backs, Mostert and Achane.
They're like almost like the Alabama of NFL or Detroit. They have a lot of Alabama players.
They do.
So does Detroit. But
they're just the explosive. They're almost like the Oregon of the NFL,
yes,
just because of all the speed, right?
Coach McDaniels.
And then they have Tua back there at QB, and he just distributes the ball, that lefty, just getting it to his playmakers. The timing, like the timing and precision it takes to make sure that offense runs smoothly. And with the guys they have, the speed they have, it's fun to watch, man. It's just explosive. So that's why I have at number 7, Mike McDaniel. The only thing that's kind of holding him back right now is he's 0-2 in the playoffs so far, so he's got to have more playoff success. Who do you got at 7?
I have Mike Tomlin as well. I mean, out of all the coaches that have been around for like years, I'm surprised he lasts as long as he has.
Yeah.
But he's proven that, hey.
Kind of like John Harbaugh.
Yeah. He's like, hey, I got these players. I can work with them. A lot of people thought like, oh, hey, he's Belichick. He has Ben Roethlisberger. After, Big Ben, he retired.
Mm-hmm.
He thought like, oh, well, this is going to really show his true colors. He's got done with Mason Rudolph. Of all
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett.
Mitch Trubisky.
He's been through
Duck Hodges.
To be honest, he's been through a lot of like storylines in the NFL with AJ Brown and Antonio Brown,
Le'Veon
Bell, Roethlisberger's weird case he had years ago.
Yep.
And so much more. Juju being fucking TikTok drama queen.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I think he's a great defensive coach. Like
he is.
The Steelers have had.
And he's a great motivator too.
The last 20 years, defense on that team has been great.
Oh yeah.
Number 7 or number 8.
Number 8, yeah.
I'm gonna go with McDaniels on that as well. I mean,
Who? Oh, Mike
yeah,
McDaniels.
Mike
Okay.
McDaniels. A lot of people thought that okay, who the like they when they hired him, like they're like, who the fuck is Mike McDaniels? It's like one of those random ass picks,
Just looks like some random nerd.
just like the Eagles coach,
Nick Sirianni.
who's
He's all right. He kind of looks like a garbage man.
a lot of people are like, who the hell's Nick? But McDaniels has proven that like, hey, just because I started off this position and coaching and whatnot, I'm still going to be this guy who can go in there, take a team, build it, and be pretty good in the NFL. Which he's done that.
Yeah.
He's got done with Tua. He's gotten done with the receivers, and I think that if he keeps it going, I think Tua should be in the talks of that MVP.
Yeah. Oh, and he has been.
Yeah.
That was your 8, right?
Yep.
So my 8. So actually, I'm gonna go back. I made a mistake. I'm gonna move McDaniel to my 8. So you know who my 8 is, but sliding in at number 7, I'm gonna put Dan Campbell from the Lions. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Some might say he should be higher, but
a lot of people don't like his coaching.
I do actually really like Dan Campbell. And he's shown he can get it done in the playoffs right now anyway. They went 2-1 in the playoffs last year. They beat the Rams. They beat Matt Stafford. They beat the Buccaneers, a solid Buccaneers team, and they barely lost to the 49ers. So, yeah, I like Dan Campbell. I like his aggressive coaching style. I like the way he motivates his guys. So he's actually my 7. Mike McDaniel moves to 8, and then I'll go my number 9. I'm gonna go Mike McCarthy from the Cowboys. He's a guy who gets a lot of undeserved hate. When again, he just wins. The Cowboys have had 3 straight. The Cowboys have had 3 straight 12-win seasons, and they're talking about firing Mike McCarthy.
This is just how the Cowboys are delusional.
And it's because they haven't won in the playoffs a lot. But it's like, dude, how many coaches are winning 3 straight 12-plus win seasons? Not many. Not many. Only the best of the best. Plus, he has a Super Bowl ring with Green Bay.
And he's been to the Super Bowl before, twice, right?
Once.
Once.
We went once with him. But the thing is,
we came close.
We came close a lot. We had a lot of great years with Mike McCarthy as head coach in Green Bay. Was it time to move on when we moved on? Yes, it was. I think it was time to move on. I think that relationship was just done. And we moved on, and Matt LaFleur has been great. But Mike McCarthy is, I'd probably say, second or third greatest coach in Packers history. Vince Lombardi's obviously first, and then you got Mike Holmgren, who had some great years in the 90s with Brett Favre. And then you got Mike McCarthy. And Matt LaFleur will probably be up there someday too. But, he's probably 4 already. He needs to make it to a Super Bowl yet. But, yeah, Mike McCarthy. I got Mike McCarthy at number 9. And he turned Dak Prescott into a MVP contender last season and second-team All-Pro. So, yeah, Mike McCarthy at number 9.
I'm about to share that number 9 with you because I agree. You need to hit it pretty well about how the Cowboys are so delusional. The team, the organization, the Jerry itself is the most delusional man on that team.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And their fans just fall for his tricks about it. And McCarthy has done an excellent job. He's actually, he's made Dak Prescott look like Dak Prescott that he is today.
Yeah.
And I think they're still in they still have what was the last coach that was just there? Before McCarthy.
Oh, Jason Garrett.
Jason Garrett lives rent free in their heads. That's why they want to fire him.
Yeah.
Honestly, personal opinion. They can't. Yeah, they're used to the.
Jason Garrett was there too long.
Too damn long. Too damn long.
Yeah, after Wade Phillips, it was Jason Garrett for like 1,000 years, and then Mike McCarthy.
Which Wade Phillips is still a great coach.
Yeah.
It's just a shitty.
Yeah, they fired him prematurely, I feel like, too. But that's
Jimmy Johnson.
That's Cowboys culture. There's the slightest bit.
They fired Jimmy Johnson after he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just Jerry being stupid fucking Jerry. Like, dude, Jerry,
Yeah.
step your shit up. Like, dude, if it just admit that you cannot be a general manager and owner at the same time. Give your power to somebody else who knows what the fuck they're doing. Your ways don't work anymore, old man. All right. I as much as I don't, as much as I give so much shit and hate to the Cowboy fans, I feel bad for you guys. And I know I'm a Lions fan. I'm talking all the shit, but I feel bad for you guys. You guys got a narcissist owner. Like, Jerry, retire, sell the team, something. Give the people what they want.
Mic drop. That was funny. Old man, they're not young.
How many times we gotta tell you, old man?
Oh man. All right, number 10.
Fucking Jerry.
What do you got?
Number 10.
There's a few different ones you could pick from.
That's gonna be a tough one. I kind of want to put an up and coming coach,
Me too.
but
I think I am going to put a up and coming coach who did really good last year as my 10, but I'll let you go first.
I'm gonna say Zach Taylor, and I'm not saying that because
Zach Taylor, okay.
I'm not gonna say that because Huskers and whatnot.
Hey,
Another guy who was put in a position, and people are like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" He's proven that he's done well. He's proven that he's gotten to the Super Bowl. Dude, I still get shocked about how he upsetted the Chiefs
yeah.
just to get to the Super Bowl and
He
almost
made it to 2 straight AFC championships.
almost beat the Rams.
Yeah.
Joey Burrow, he got Joey Burrow, and then that's helped him out. I mean, I don't know. I just hope he has more continued success in the next year and then the next one, hopefully. But if they don't get it done, they're going to get rid of him, sadly. And I think he'll get a job somewhere else as an offense coordinator, or
Yeah.
he ain't too bad of a coach.
My number 10, I'm going to go with D'Amico Ryans from the Texans. I know he's only had 1 year as the Texans head coach. He was a rookie head coach last year, but man, they were solid. He had that defense, one of the best defenses in the league, and took a young C.J. Stroud, young rookie quarterback to the playoffs. He did a great job last year, and I think he only looks to do better moving forward. And then you look at I got some honorable mentions here. One of them is Zach Taylor. He's done a good job in Cincinnati since he started there. Sean McDermott from the Bills. And then Sean Payton as well from the Broncos. I think, and Doug Peterson from the Jaguars. I think they all deserve honorable mention. Doug Peterson has a Super Bowl ring with the Philadelphia Eagles with Nick Foles. Sean McDermott obviously has Buffalo as one of the best teams in the AFC. Probably kind of a crime that neither of us have Sean McDermott in our top 10 because the Bills have been so good. But I feel like maybe he's what's holding them back from getting to a Super Bowl.
Again, and then that's what can hurt a team. Like,
Yeah.
again, old man Jerry Jones.
And then Zach Taylor obviously deserves an honorable mention with what he's done in Cincinnati, turning that culture around. And then Sean Payton, he hasn't done much in Denver, but we know what he did with the Saints. He won a Super Bowl there, had a lot of great teams, and it looks like he might be finally starting to turn that around in Denver with Bo Nix. So that kind of rounds out my list. How about you, Kale? You have any honorable mentions?
That Texans coach you mentioned, Ryan's, and then honestly the Browns head coach.
Oh, Stefanski.
Yep, he's doing pretty well. But
yeah, Kevin Stefanski.
They're another organization. They'll just fire the coach if they're doing good. To be honest. Doug Peterson got done with Nick Foles, old man Foles, and he retired this year. So
he did.
I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Todd Bowles could be thrown in there, maybe.
Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah.
He's trying to get it done with Vikings, but the Vikings' problem is they're having injury problems.
Yeah.
Probably gonna be the nicest thing I'll say about the Vikings. But it's just injuries. People staying healthy.
Yeah.
and the organization making terrible trades. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good, quick list.
Yeah.
I like doing
Very
that
good.
stuff.
I thought that was actually kind of fun.
I think this one was actually kind of like heated for once,
We got a little heated with the Kyle Shanahan thing.
and I got a little ranty about Jerry Jones.
Yeah, it was good.
That's the point of Power Hour.
Yeah. It'll get more like that as we go. Those preseason rankings were just a lot. I don't think we need to do full 32 rankings as much. Quick things like this are good, I think.
Yep, and we'll still we're always gonna try to do other than NFL. I know Sam needs to learn some other sports. I need to learn.
We'll do a college football power hour at some point with something.
Heisman and
Heisman. Yep.
offensive stuff and bowl. We could do bowl games, dude. That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Bowl games, old school BCS bowl games. I'm more of a fan of the BCS era.
Yeah, I mean, well,
To a point.
I am too. I like the nostalgia and but I like the new playoff format. I like. Any final thoughts? It was a good list. It was a good episode, I thought.
No technical difficulties on this episode.
Nope. No technical difficulties, and it was good.
So, a little update of the studio, the mine shaft. We are working on getting actual mics. We're still gonna keep these chest mics.
Yeah.
But we've been looking around for mics. We're still gonna use the Agent Life Studio, here and there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We only use the mine shaft if we need to, and
Yep.
maybe we just get bored one day, like let's record a bunch of episodes and then we're good to go.
Yeah.
This episode will be dropping on Sunday for sure because we don't have any other episodes after that planned as right now. But kind of getting our schedule kind of figured out here. Once we've been thinking about doing power hours, usually we'll come out during the week at different times and then regular episodes on Sundays or something. We're trying to give a wide variety of a lot of stuff.
Weekly.
Yep. And then, you'll have, I think, our well, I guess more current the current event one is who you got. Be like a little rundown and our predictions of the games of the week.
Yep.
So yeah, I think everything's been going pretty smooth.
Smooth.
Yep, and then also the camera will be updated too. The quality be as things get better, we'll get better over time. I don't expect to be like Joe Rogan in a day. So,
yep.
Other than that, you got anything else, or
that's it?
You want to touch anything about the podcast or anything, or nothing like that?
I think you pretty much nailed all of it.
Okay, good.
Check out Agent Life Media Group, all their podcasts, and I think that does it for us today. Peace out, bye.